Hi, this is Pankaj Soram, and in this series we are going to learn about self-defense. When we are talking about fighting, we can categorize in two different formats. One would be when you're fighting inside the ring. The second is the street fight. When you're fighting inside the ring, you know we are fighting according to the rule. People will not hit you on the groin. You will be always protected. The fight will be stopped by the referee, and there will be guards, like you will have the gloves and your mouth guard and everything. But when you're fighting on the street, it is very, very critical, because anything can happen. Anyone can come and stab you right from behind and slit your throat, whatever. So it is advisable to just avoid fighting as much as possible. And as being a good human being, we can always negotiate and talk. But sometimes what happens is you fall into a particular situation where you have to fight. You have to remember the boxing stance is everything that is going to count when you're fighting. Because when you're standing in a stance very, very, very strong, you have to be very confident that nothing can penetrate it. Nothing can penetrate your defense. You have to have that mindset first. You have to stand in the shoulder breadth, okay, apart. Then if your dominant hand is your right, then you have to shift your right leg little bit behind, like this. In MMA, your ankle is always raised, because in MMA you always have to use the kick also. But in boxing, I think they always keep it like this. So there will be a lot of hidden trial, and you have to develop your own style. So first thing first, spread your legs with the breadth of your shoulder. Shift it little bit behind your right leg. Don't shift it too much behind, so you cannot have the reach. Alright, just remember, just shift it just little bit behind, and keep your knees little bit bent. Okay, so when your knees are bent, you always have the mobility, so you can duck someone's punch. Okay, remember that. And third thing is your torso. Your hip area should not be straight, or straight, or maybe this is not the proper position. So try to keep it balanced like this. A lot of people, what they do when they learn the boxing stance, they don't understand that this is the line of action. Wherever their legs are pointing is a line of action. Your opponent is this way, you have to have your leg pointed this way. If your legs are like this, if the opponent is standing right over there, how can you think of punching? So remember, not very much straight, because when you're standing very much straight, what will happen? You will become very vulnerable. So a little bit angled. Okay, and then with your hands cover up your chin, the lower area, and with your elbow cover up your rib cage, especially your liver. Don't get hit in your liver, because liver is very, very vulnerable part of your body, where you can also get the knockout. So always remember to have your body balanced like this. So we have our friend Haniel here, so I would like to demonstrate you, just to show you where you can go wrong when you are learning how to stand in front of your opponent. Come on. Face the camera. So when you're learning how to keep the stance, the first step you have to do is keep your legs shoulder apart. Okay, and if your dominant hand is your right, so do one thing. You keep your shift your right leg just a little bit behind. Yeah, that is the right way. Okay, and after that, you always should remember to protect your chin. First thing. Okay, when you're protecting your chin, also remember with the elbow protect your rib cage and your liver. So this is the way you will be doing it for the first time. So if you can see him, his hip is turned this way. Okay, your hip must be square, or maybe a little bit. So here you can go wrong. Okay, your legs would be folded. Yes, this is the right way to have a stance of boxing. And while your jaw and your chin should be tucked in. Tucked in. So I'll show you where people can go wrong when they're doing it for the first time. Okay? If your weight is too much on the hind leg, what will happen is if you get a like punch or they will push you, will fall back. But if your weight is too much on the front leg, what will happen when you do the punch and everything, when like the opponent is doing the counter punch, you will find it very difficult to go behind. So if they pull you also, like when the Muay Thai players, they clinch you, if they clinch you, you will fall like this. Both the legs should have equal distribution of weight. So whenever they pull you or push you, you can just go behind or come forward. There are many people, like Mike Tyson, if they are fighting, they will be exposing themselves too much. In this position, what will happen is it is easier for you to reach your opponent with the hooks and all the punches, but you are also very vulnerable. So it depends on you how you like develop your own style. So basically I also like become very square when I'm just sparring with the opponent if I'm doing the boxing. But if you are doing it in the MMA or a street fight, like if you're like standing too much square, what will happen, your like torso has been exposed, they can always kick you, you understand, on the stomach, and you will fall behind. But if your body is like this, so just remember, like develop it yourself. Both of them are good. So this is what it looks like from the front. Okay, if I'm like sparring with you, or like if I'm your opponent, like it will look like this from the front, like that. But if you see me from the behind, from the side, it will look like this, legs and everything. See how balanced things are. Okay, if I'm like having my legs are too spread, I cannot do most of the things. So that's what was more important, like the position of your leg for the movement. Okay, from behind it will look like this. From this side profile again, your hip should be flexible. It shouldn't be too much front or maybe too much behind. It should be, remember, your body posture should be very, very perpendicular to the ground. That's how you distribute your weight. So whenever any person pulling me this way, I'll be going that way. I mean this. You understand what I'm talking about? If a person is pulling me from that side, I'll be going this way, because my weight is distributed. So if I'm unevenly distributed, if he pulls me, I'll fall. See? That is what the basic of boxing is. So leg is everything. So you get all the force from the ground. It's basically very important for you to keep moving. Okay, keep moving like that. Keep moving. Okay, this is the basic. But before that, you have to understand how, if I have to go my right, how the movement should take place. What should be the anatomy? Okay, if I have to go right, remember, whatever limb is towards the right, and for example, if I have to go this way, so what is in the front from this direction is my right leg. So I have to move my right leg and go this way. If I have to move left, whatever comes from this side appears like on the front, I have to go shift it. You understand? Basically, if you have to go right, you have to like move your right leg first. If you have to go left, you have to move your left leg first. If you have to go behind, so remember that the first movement should be your behind leg, whatever is in behind, hind leg I mean. And if you have to go from the front, you always should move this way. What people make mistake while moving right is they do it like this and this. What will happen when you're like moving your left leg first, if you have to go right, there will be a disbalance of weight. See, in this position you are very vulnerable. Okay, or maybe the mistake of like going behind, shifting your front leg. Okay, there is lack of balance. So if I'm making a mistake of going to the left, moving my right leg first, see, I'll get a punch, I'll fall this way. You understand? So it's more important when there is movement. So whenever there is a movement, swift movement, you have to be first of all moving. Go right, behind, front. Okay, keep moving. Then have to go left, go like this. Okay, this is very basic. So always combine it with some exercises. So for example, if I tell you right, back, that would be like right, back. Or maybe I've learned it in my gym itself. People will teach you. Okay, if you have to go front, left, front, left, back, right, back, right. If you have to go back, left, all the combinations, you just make it, puzzle it yourself and do the movement. So in the advanced class, I will show you all the like advanced movement that you can move while the opponent is throwing the punches and everything, like the peekaboo movement, how to shift your line of action, or maybe if you're going this way, it becomes very vulnerable for this, like, you understand? So for that you have to really learn the basic. Okay, you have to keep moving. Your head should be always like wobbling like this. So but if you are like constant, it will be very easy for people to just attack you. So that's what I mean. Okay, wherever you practice, you will see people always have a very strong stance like this. Okay, then you're always moving. Okay, then go below. Okay, for example, if I'm like fighting right now, if you keep moving, if I'm standing like this like a stupid person, I will get hit anytime in any portion of my body. Okay, I can get knocked out. So always keep moving when you like fighting. So movement would be like this, or maybe there will be strategies. Okay, when you start to like attack the opponent, when the fight starts, it would be like, first you have to remain calm, then pam, come back. Okay, hit, go away, hit, don't remain in the same position. That's why the basics should be very clear. If there is some stupid guy entering the gym and fighting up against the opponents who are already very senior, that is the basic mistake that they are going to make. When you're fighting on the street, you have to be very careful and look around what is going on and try to escape as much as possible, because there could be like multiple opponents, like 10 or maybe lesser than that. Maybe even like fighting with two opponents is very dangerous when they form a triangular shape. You never know where it comes from. Then that time you can get hit on the back of your head with, they might come with rods, sticks, whatever. So be careful. Advanced classes like how to throw a jab across, hook, right hook, uppercuts, basically move it, how to move and all those things. And further we will learn about kicking, how to kick, spin kick and all. Okay, so I really hope this class was beneficial for you, and maybe it could save your life and your loved one's life in a moment of calamity, danger, any situation. And stay tuned with us, keep practicing those things that I taught you, and hope to see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe, have a great time, bye bye.